Hello, everybody. Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting Leaks of the Past, NMG League Season 2. We got Dark World Round 4 for you today. It's Doomtap versus FoxLisk. Commentating for us, we have Misanthropic Buddha and Rob J. Beasley. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, yes, welcome back to round 4 here. You have taken me away from my Black Friday shopping as I have managed to pry Rob J. Beasley away from World Cup coverage to join us today for commentary. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. This is the big one, the grand finals for this season.
This is the big one because both of these gentlemen here, they are 3-0. And these are the only two that are 3-0. So the winners do, in fact, the one who wins this will get the big trophy. The non-existent big trophy. There is actually no trophy. So a couple things here as we're waiting for the countdown to happen here. So both, like I already said, 3-0. Last I had checked in with Doomtap, he's rocking a 123.35.7, whereas Fox is rocking a 124.27.6 for PBs. And according to Fox, anyway, according to the website, apparently Doomtap has been averaging a 124.10 in his races, whereas Fox has been averaging a 125.43. So, and okay, there was that. Let me throw that away. There was my 45 minutes of research, all blown away in 2 minutes. But anyway, what are you looking forward to see here, Mr. Beasley?
Looking forward to some good runs. Doomtap has been very consistent recently. Not having any disasters particularly, and Fox has been playing quite well too. Also got a PB quite recently.
Yes, he did. I think he told me that he PB'd by I guess technically a few frames. So it's one of those things that's kind of hard to tell on paper, but a PB is still a PB all the same. Unfortunately, Check's human. It is unfortunate, but yes. I was also told there would be a trophy, but I was told that was out of the budget this year. We're hoping that for season 3 we will manage to get one around. And for anyone asking, because I know a couple people have always asked in the past, just because this is the finals, yes, I am currently wearing a wrestling mask. There we go.
Good to know that you keep up the act even when you're not on camera.
Look, well,
24/7, isn't
it? Look, man, gotta keep the gimmick alive, all right? So, as both of these men are making their way down here, I feel like most have seen this many a time here. So, Fox having a little bit of trouble, though, not being able to get the spin, so just went for the straightforward approach. And then, well, so you make our way to the back here. Nothing real fancy. I don't think there's anything that's too outside of the ordinary. But as we wait, and so let's just get to the real nuts and bolts here. And so, Mr. Beasley, when you have a full English breakfast, tomatoes, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So that was my hard-hitting question for the night. And so, but what's happening here in chat? I'm looking at people in chat here. Dean, hello. Fox, get back to work. Ham, always a pleasure to see Ham. Method commentary. Ikana, hello. Now, Doomtap making his way, first one into the jail. Let's see here how this goes. Oh, took a little tap there, not something probably wanted there, and unfortunately wasn't able to get the guard to go back to the left, so Fox had a little cleaner time with that, so able to make, all of 27 frames. I don't know, I'm just making up frames now.
Yeah, certainly closed the gap a little bit at least.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Requiem, hello. With your leaf thing. So, of course, though, we'll see how... And, as always, I feel like with both these runners, because, both these runners are very, very good, it'll probably be a very back and forth kind of thing. not really going to expect too many troubles here by either man. It's, as always, we wait until we get to AGA 1 to really see if the game or if the race really opens up or not.
Yeah, really, any lead anyone builds before then can just be thrown away in an instant if Aghanim's not enjoying himself today.
Right. And at least I can't speak for Fox having a little bit of trouble there in the hallway, but I can't speak for really anyone else. But I know at least the last few races that I've commentated, and I've actually talked with Fox before the race, that I guess lately actually, we always say AGA and the blue balls and all that. However, it really does seem to be that Moldorm seems to be kind of the big issue lately. I've seen a lot of runs lately where just Moldorm decides to have none of it.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen a few races from the league this season, and there have been some Moldorm falls and the occasional death as well. It's certainly a bit of a gatekeeper.
Oh, absolutely. Right. And I mean, rightfully so. It's a very, very difficult thing, but hopefully both of these guys can overcome the RNG nightmare that is Moldorm. Doomtap taking a bit looks like taking a bit of a risk here. Actually took damage in the snake room.
Yeah, that was actually a nice little damage boost through the snakes, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it was planned.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, he's not, for someone as experienced as Doomtap, not really worrying about, having to worry about the beeps. And, well, okay, well, all right, so both managed to get the key.
Yeah, Doomtap deciding to stand still in the middle in case the blue rupee dropped as well, and it did, and it also dropped for Fox, who tried to boom and had to try again.
Right, of course, that is the problem with that. Always when you're slashing two of the rats is that you have to deal with the possibility of not getting the key. So taking the extra time doesn't hurt. All right, no chance for rat frames for Doomtap, and Fox also will not get rat frame chances, but does get the beep. Beep frames.
Exactly. Doomtap doesn't really need the rat frames, already saving approximately a second on these test bosses.
Yep. Why does the boomerang only care about money? I can't answer that without being vulgar, so we're gonna let that go. And so of course, both men gonna grab themselves a Sank Heart as we continue our way here. Again,
just a super solid little race safety here. It costs about 3 seconds to grab, and if it ever keeps you alive, it saved you minutes.
Oh, absolutely correct. Really, I feel like it doesn't matter until you get to the only time it'd possibly be, like that real lifesaver. Truly, is when you get to Helma all the way in pod.
Yeah, exactly. Letting you take a whole extra hit against Helmasaur can be a real big deal.
Oh, absolutely. And so Tam has, once again, self-promoting. You do a lot for 5 rupees. So, you want to check that out. Go talk to Tam. And so, yes, for anyone who has just walked in, this is no major glitches. So this is kind of I don't know if this is the main category for this game, but it's one of those that's fairly simple. We don't allow for any of the real big glitches, any of that stuff, so you won't see people phasing through walls or quantum tunneling, as Chex often does.
Yeah, there's still going to be a handful of minor glitches that we can exploit though, which will come up a little bit later.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll get to those little ones as we go along here. Boonder, yeah, I guess normal will be a way to put it. Yeah, it's a normal speed run.
Alright, Doomtap coming into the Stalfos spawn room here. The first room in the run, I would say, that really looks like a speedrun strat is going on there. Like, clearly things aren't as they're supposed to be in here. We kill some skeletons before they spawn in properly and get through the room very quickly. Yeah,
this is true. Yeah, so, and that's the thing too, for anyone who may not be experienced or, not familiar with some of those minor details, the little, very small movements, and the very small movements, the pumping, and all that other stuff it's not real big picture, so it's kind of hard to tell if that really does save time or not.
Doomtap getting a nice early red rupee drop from the Popo there that we're going to go ahead and cash in on right now.
There you go. So at least you won't have to worry about any same with Fox as well. But yeah, having more rupees the better, especially going into tree poles. We'll talk about that way, way later. And so the next little trick here is if you take damage, you can actually touch that button without needing to get rid of all the anti-fairies. So you get yourself an early big key. Let's see here now. Yep, gotta grab yourself some arrows. Now with this room here, as they go get the bow, really the only variable there could be just to see how well they handle the Stalfos. I mean, hopefully the Stalfos will get out of the way as it did for Fox, not so much for Doomtap, but managed to get through.
Second try menu from FoxLisk there.
There you go. And unfortunately, the chat is already in an uproar. Peter first went into Zelda Gamer Room, got through it well. Fox, unfortunately, the one Stalfos decided to take a bit of a trip there, so that didn't help him.
Fox also advanced the miscellaneous prize pack quite a bit already and loses out on those 5 arrows, unfortunately, but still gets 5 from the Igor.
So Doomtap's ability to count to 18 has been successful. Nothing in the wall. Good clean fight there. Same with Fox. So good for them. Fox already claiming that he's playing great.
It seems like it.
I mean, he is doing things. It is correct. He is doing things not poorly. So we can continue on then.
Yeah, Fox has successfully acquired the sub-11 Eastern exit.
I mean, that's it. PB's assured. And now, of course, so this is one of those subtle things we had talked about before, is that if you can, unfortunately, neither of them were able to get it, but you can actually, you don't have to, be right next to someone to talk to them. You can actually be, I don't know what the spacing is, but you can be a few spaces away and actually still be able to, talk to someone.
Yeah, it's actually quite odd. I think it depends on how you're moving as well. If you press A while you're moving up, it changes things as well. It's very strange. This game has a lot of mechanics like that don't make a whole lot of sense.
No, but we run with it. Okay, and so now I guess the first variable, if you will, strategy-wise, would be to see as they're approaching the library, if they will either try to spin speed or if they'll just do the normal dash up. Looks like Doomtap just can do the regular dash, which I don't know how many frames you lose by not doing it, but it's it's nothing of any consequence.
Yeah, it's very marginal, that spin speed. Certainly don't blame either of them for not going for it.
No, absolutely not. Both have no problems getting the book. Though this one does save a little bit more time to try to actually get the spin speed coming out of the library. Let's see if Doomtap got it, as did Fox. So far, Overworld looks good. Nothing of any issue here, I guess. Doomtap with a quick menu to avoid having to run in the water.
Yep, Fox going for the same thing. Just makes it a little bit easier to not dash through the water and lose ourselves a handful of frames.
Correct. I feel like I'm the only person who never menus there.
Yeah, I see a few people do other menus on the Desert Overworld screen that we're on now. There's a couple of situations you can use it to prevent bonks and try and set yourself up for a good read on the tablet.
Yeah.
Cancel the stair lag, that kind of thing.
And then you see with Doomtap there, kind of another example as Fox as well, that again, you can actually, as I like to say, yell, dang it, yell at the tablet as opposed to actually having to touch it. So, I don't know, there isn't much to say in this one either until we get to the boss. It's really the only RNG, at least in my opinion, that could be of any substance would have to be the cannonball room, but even then it's not much. Fox, though, decided to get a little bit of a love tap with an eye laser.
Yeah, that could happen going for that movement in that room where you move left of the beamos at the beginning. If you don't do it cleanly, you can get shot there.
Now you'll see with Doomtap here, well, we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, yep, so that was an example there. Sometimes the pattern with the cannonballs, you have to kind of stutter step and wait, as with Fox, unfortunately, but there are patterns where you can just dash through without having to worry about it. Fox having a little bit more trouble there, but managed to get through. So, and usually this is where you want to kind of take a quick peek at rupee count, because where Doomtap is currently right above that first pot he picked up, there is a fiver that you can grab if need be.
Fox might take it here, yeah.
He does, yes. Yeah, and it's, even though obviously it does, you lose a little bit of time there, it saves time in the long run, because that is definitely quicker as opposed to trying to get all 4 of the blue rupees when we start doing the tree pulls after Hera.
Yeah, the movement required to get all 4 is not particularly fun. All right, Doomtap going for the spin speed into the back of Desert.
Makes it look easy. And then Fox follows suit.
Yeah, and both of them using the menu buffer to lamp there to make sure they don't throw themselves off the edge and have to go back through the front of Desert.
Oh yeah, because again, with many speed runs, it's one of those things that you do something to save yourself 10 frames or lose, 2 minutes. Doomtap getting a pretty good pattern there with the Popo Genocide, because those, especially after the first 2 that you kill, the Popos can start to fly around the room. Fox as well, pretty decent pattern. Yeah,
Doomtap got another blue rupee in there for his troubles as well. Is he going to be able to skip so many tree rupees?
Oh yeah, I mean, he might, was at 36, yeah, so he's sitting pretty well here. Might actually be able to do a 3 and 3. Scoopel clearly pulling for Aga here. Thank you, Scoopel.
Yep, the third participant. That is a really, really good first cycle.
That is a really, really good.
Yeah,
wow.
All right. That's,
okay.
I mean, incredible RNG there, but also Doomtap played it very well to get the easy 2. Fox's Lambos have all sort of synced up a little bit here, but nearly got out of it too.
Yeah, I was definitely... You can't... I mean, that's fine. For what Fox got for his pattern, it's about as good as you're going to get. And then, for Doomtap, that was really an incredible land mill, and was able to adjust to it well.
Yeah, both players on team menu to boomerang here as well.
Mm-hmm. No cactus dash by Doomtap. That's a shame.
Mm-hmm. I think the Fox might go for the super safe exit. Yeah, he does.
The super yeah. Even grab the wall and everything.
Just to make sure.
Of course. Okay, so now this right here, one of the big skips is the old fake flipper, where if you jump into the water and then move, 1 frame over, you can swim without needing flippers. Or finger webs, whatever they're called in this game.
Yeah, and Doomtap gets it nicely there with the Zora portal was right on top of the warp portal, which can be quite scary, but he got through quickly enough, it didn't matter.
Right, yeah, that's the other thing too. If you get, now of course the problem with fake flippering, if you get hit, you get locked, essentially, so, and that would be no good.
Yeah, and the only way out of it is to save and quit, which is not legal in NMG speedruns, though we do allow it in races as a backup to, so you haven't got to forfeit if you fail fake flippers.
Right, of course, yes, we allow that, given that situation. So far, both are doing very, very well, very solid. Technolink asking the real questions here. Why are they skipping so many chests if they're not yet in go mode?
This is in fact a spoiler log seed.
Ah, there it is. Well, there you go. Spoiler log seed. Thank you, Rob. Now, of course, so you can have the best run in the world here, but the problem now are another RNG nightmares, of course. Everyone's favorite. You gotta deal with the boulders, or the cabbages, as we affectionately call them. But Doomtap managed to get through them pretty well here. Let's see how Fox pattern goes. And I guess, to be fair, with respect to Doomtap, if you're going to get hit, it is preferential that you get hit while on the stairs. Didn't get the quick warp there. So you can still have the spin speed. Well, alright, so Hera is one of those that, I don't know, fairly simple event here, just a matter of, oh, it's going to do the boom strats. Where, it's one of those, it's just a big waste of time, because you have to go all the way downstairs just to get something very important to come all the way back up. It's a big bother. Let's see if Doomtap can hit it.
Yep.
And he gets it.
Nicely done.
Excellent. So what that allows for him to do, of course, is, well, I mean, unless you just want to sit there and hit A, you can kind of chill out, not have to worry about anything. See if Fox can also hit it. And he does. Both are stuck. Perfect.
Yep, and then we can just sit on these pegs for the rest of the room, make use of the iframes, and take a drink.
Right, and the bigger thing, though, what's nice, too, is the fact you hit the switch early, as you can see here in Doomtap screen. It allows for you to not have to worry about hitting the switch all the way at the very top. Oh, gets around the bone there, and gets the big key, so you mirror out. So that saves about, I think, a second, I believe, as opposed to having to go up to hit the switch. Okay, see how Doomtap handles. So, of course, what's really important in this room here, he does wait to get the arrows, is you got to make sure to get that bomb.
Both players' arrow count's really good now. Doomtap's especially. 21 is kind of crazy.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, it got some good drops. I mean, same with his rupee count as well. Early bomb jump incoming. Yes. Alright. Now we make our way to... Like I said, this has been the... Oh, wait a minute. While we wait, let's hear Fox. EBJ? Yes. Also gets it. Very good. Now, what's been kind of the tournament killer, or for a lot of these races, has been this idiot. That was really close. That was dangerous by Doomtap. Almost touched his head to get yeeted out of existence.
Yep, you want to try and play Moldom as aggressively as you can to get the guy dead, but it's not easy at times, but that was a pretty good fight.
That was a very good fight. Fox having a little bit of problems. So ideally, you want to make sure, or this isn't really your choice, but you want to make sure if you can, try to keep Moldorm on the right side. A lot easier to maneuver as opposed to getting scrunched up on the left side. Missed the dash for Fox. Alright, but he managed to get the final hit.
Yeah, and we can do a little bit to manipulate Moldorm towards the right-hand side. Like I think it's every third or is it fourth movement of Moldorm, it moves towards you, so you can kind of try to guide it a little bit. But yeah, if you get stuck on the left there's not a lot you can do. Right.
That was a very innovative move there by Doomtap to actually use an arrow to stop Katie.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
that was interesting.
He's got arrows to spare. Why not?
I mean, absolutely.
Fox is in the same situation here and just chooses to abandon the spin speed.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so now, the whole reason we talked about these rupees earlier is so now we can work on tree pulls. And so Doomtap, of course, gets... Once you do the first tree pull, you need to go ahead and get yourself... Was it 3 kills, I believe? Or was it 4? I never remember.
4 kills.
Yeah. 4 kills, thank you. 2, 3, yeah. Get yourself 4 kills without taking damage. That's really the big condition. And yeah, the next time he does the next tree pull, he'll be on the reds.
Ooh, Fox losing out on the miscellaneous bomb drop there as well to the bird.
So
So having a less good time with prize packs than Doomtap has been having, but should still be fine.
23-25 Master Sword grab. As Fox. And then also, too, it can be, especially for newer runners, you'd be a little scared because sometimes you'll have a guard pop up out of nowhere or there's a bomb underneath, and that can really, really mess up your day. Because it happens, like, just... It doesn't happen enough for you to always think about it. And that was a 23-46 grab for Fox.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen reliably enough for you to practice it, so you've just got to kind of figure out on the fly how to get out of trouble.
Right. Okay. So slash the last one. And there you go, that's what I mean. You saw there that bomb. Sometimes a guard can come out of that. That can really mess you up. And so it actually does save a little bit of time. You see how Doomtap manages to have enough rupees where he doesn't have to worry about getting that fourth one. I don't know how much time that saves, maybe half a second.
Yeah, it's probably something in that range. You get to pull the tree on the left-hand side rather than the right, which saves a little bit, plus the movement afterwards.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Fox, he will need to grab all four.
Ooh, we'll have to go back a one.
Did miss it, so that was unfortunate, but recovered well. Vendor TV, thank you for coming in with that hot raid of 9 million. Thank you so much, Raiders. Welcome in. You are watching currently the 4th round of the Dark World tournament, or the Dark World bracket of the No Major Glitches tournament. And actually, this is the unofficial final. And so, all right, let's. All in all, though, little blip there for Fox, but otherwise fine. So of course now Agate Tower. Always a lot of fun. I'm curious. All right, let's see how this goes. So one of the things that you always have to kind of keep in mind is in this room here, on the practice hack, we call it a fairy skip. And you do need to make sure that you dash kill those two guards. And we can talk about the reasons later.
Yeah, quite a lot later. All the way in Turtle Rock, we'll get the payoff for that strat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the interesting thing, too. Yeah, we'll have to wait in about 50 minutes? Doomtap, unfortunately, the guards deciding to want to hang out with him.
Yeah, had to do a lot of extra slashing there to get around it and still took a hit as well, so not going to have beams for the rooms coming up.
Yeah, but, I mean, but of course, as experienced as Doomtap is, he's got backup strats for that at the ready, I'm sure. Okay. Oh, it gets key dash.
Yeah, the key dash is... that's the one thing that does actually get easier without beams, at least.
Yep.
Yeah, Doom's going for the 5-arrow backup strat here. Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Not too bad.
Still didn't get hit. Yep, switch to boom here to lure the guards. Got himself the double spin for the 1, and managed to get through. And so as you'll see with Fox here, also gets key dash. Very nice. As he now makes his way, you get to see now on Fox's screen the alternate strat for when you do have beams. Fox also getting the dash. Try to get the early dash there. Unfortunately, he bonked for his troubles. Good circle of pots, though. Managed to get around that one guard up front there, because sometimes you can get bopped, which is no good.
Alright, here we go. The random wizard gonna give us some balls.
Yep. Some we can hit, some we can hit back at them, some we can't. So we'll see. I guess I'll try to keep track of Doomtap if you want to keep on track of Fox.
Yep, sure.
Little note there, you can actually open the curtain from the side. A lot of newer runners don't realize that. And so here we go. So for Doomtap, when you reach the AGA, really what you don't want is 3 at the very least, because 3 means you're guaranteed a second lightning cycle. And unfortunately, Doomtap right now is getting near that. He's already sitting at 2. And there's 3. So he's got to sit. He's got to sit now for 2 cycles.
Right, well, chance for FoxLisk to catch up a little bit then. But also loses his first coin flip.
What's nice, though, is after the lightning, it's a guaranteed, regular ball.
Yep, and that's the reason the fight is guaranteed to end at some point.
I mean, unless they miss.
Yep, true. All right, Fox also 3 blue balls out of 3 so far, so not catching up any time just yet.
Nope, Doomtap currently sitting at 5, so he also gets another cycle. Fox with spoilers.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Fox winning 3 flips out of 3 in the second set, so it is going to stop at 3 for Fox.
All right, and 6 for Doomtap. So
all right, so the race just got a hell of a lot closer.
It did, absolutely. So we'll see now how well this will play out here. What's the time save on that? Like
3 versus 6. It's about 18 seconds.
18. Okay.
Because there's no extra lightning cycle caused there. Fortunately, the 7th would have been pretty bad for Doomtap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, well, and like I said, so both had a pretty decent light world, and both sub 30. But now, yeah, thanks to Aga, we made the race now is a little bit closer. But of course, it's Dark World, and really the big thing about Dark World is everything hits harder. So, but we'll see how both of these men can handle that. Spin speed off of the pyramid. It's gonna be a good run. Fox also spin speed off the pyramid. Now, the whole thing we were talking earlier about rupee counts and tree pulls and having to do all that, what seemed to be kind of like nonsensical stuff because of just randomly getting randomly getting rupees. You need it definitely you just need it for this part here. Because this idiot monkey here extorts you hard, requires 10 just to travel with you. Now, if you get hit, it requires another 10 because he runs away. Because this is what you need him for, is you definitely... Oh, that's a really good Kiki Dash. You need 100 to get the door open.
Yep.
Also a good Kiki Dash by Fox.
For some reason, this monkey has the keys to Pass of Darkness.
Which is just him jumping on a statue, then jumping and hitting a switch, so... I mean, I know Link doesn't jump. There's no such... Jumping is not a thing for Link. He doesn't know how to do that.
They didn't put the Rock's Feather in this game.
No, he only knows how to fall. But, yeah. So that's that.
Alright, the early stages of Palace of Darkness here, we're going to be basically going into the dungeon, achieving some sort of objective, mostly like grabbing a key, and then mirroring back to the start and doing that repeatedly.
This is going to look incredibly redundant. It's going to be get something, mirror out. Get something, mirror out. But what comes up next, though, is probably the next big...
Yeah, okay, Doomtap. Forgetting which trip into pod he was on there, and nearly forgetting the big key.
And took damage.
Yeah, taking a couple of hits there.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
No, luckily he still can get back to full health for the back, but we'll need to grab all of the heart pots in Sexy Statue Room.
Yeah, we'll cover that here as time goes on. And with that, though, Fox did manage to gain some time back, so race a little bit closer here. Now, this next bit, though, is the next big trick that a lot of, especially newer runners, terrifying to look at first, but this is definitely one of those, like what you were saying earlier about, hey, look, we're doing speedrun stuff now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hammer Yump.
Yup, this is one of the big ones.
Yep, double pixel perfect. Sounds scarier than it is. Line yourself up right, and then if right, then you just simply phase yourself through a rail, get yourself a hammer, and then, yeah, you're good to go. Saves you a lot of time as opposed to having to go all the way up, going into 2 extra rooms, and then needing to get the key, then having to do that other room you just saw that they just, cheese through, and that saves a ton of time. Now, as mentioned earlier by Rob, you notice the heart difference here. You really should, it really is beneficial that you have beams going into the back. And so you'll see here with a little bit of time that Doomtap has to do, he has to now sit here and grab those. Okay, Doomtap just lulled, so now I'm curious to see what just happened. We have a lull in chat. Let's see here. Okay. Clean room there.
Yeah, that room looked fine enough.
Go to the back. No, all right, look fine. Now he's just lulling from what happened earlier. Finally had the time to take a minute. Yeah, Requiem. Yep, 16 arrows for Doomtap, 12 for Fox.
Yeah, that's certainly plenty.
Yeah. And so you want to have full hearts for a couple reasons, at least in my opinion. The first one's this. It is obviously a lot faster to beam that switch than having to do several menus to get through it.
We'd have to menu to boomerang and back, and it's just slower than beaming as well.
Yeah, and then also too, like, and you can explain this: having the sank heart. Why is it so important here for for Helma coming up?
Yeah, so every attack Helmasaur does 2 hearts of damage to us. So having an extra heart, and indeed having full health going into the fight, means we can take an extra hit here because we have an odd number of hearts.
Yeah, and I actually... Ooh, Fox with key dash. Oh, wow. Well, they were synced until Helma decided to be a jerk. Now, you notice how both of them did a spin speed prior to walking in here. And so essentially what it does is it extends the hitbox for Helma, and, well, as I always say, it doesn't trivialize the fight, but definitely makes it easier. Doomtap trying to spell Albuquerque. It was an attempt. But yeah, all in all, and actually, yeah, to finish what you were saying earlier, Rob, I remember there was a race that I commentated the other day, and actually saw someone took a hit in Turtle Party, and when they went into Helma, killed him.
Yeah, it's definitely a dangerous fight, but both runners having pretty clean ones there. Not ideal RNG, but didn't get hit at least.
Yeah, and yes, as everyone is saying now, and again, the magic of the race, if you will, Fox is technically now taking the lead. Unless he forgets to hit the one button you're supposed to hit. Well, if you're going to hit a button, I guess. And already people are in shock. All right. Yep. So about a little less than a second apart. So I think definitely with this split, the overworld is more dangerous than the actual dungeon itself.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Mainly this part, because it's this right here. You have to be careful with how you dash out, so you can get past the murder dactyl, and you can get past the fly trap.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier when we first got to the Dark World, the enemies hit pretty hard now. We can expect 2 hearts of damage from lots of the things that we could be running into at this point.
Yeah, and the reason, kind of the reason we also call that thing a murder dactyl is the murder dactyl actually hits for 3, but you only have to deal with them 3 times in the game. We've already done it twice. The last one will be, Meyer. Oh, Fox is starting to yell at Stumpy a little more than Doomtap.
Mm-hmm. We have an oop from Fox in chat. Maybe not first try dig. Is that what's going to happen here?
Let's see here.
Oh, okay. We had a miss menu.
Oh, the miss menu, but got the quick warp. All right. Well, they both got the 1 dig, so at least there's that. But with that, though, Doomtap has once again retaken the lead. And so now the chat is already going for Doomtap now as the winner. So this right here, we were talking about before, though, how the spin speed to the library wasn't really a necessity. This one, at least in my opinion, is, because you kind of need to do it just so you can easily get past that red guard that we call Usain Bolt.
Yeah, the fastest guard in Hyrule. You definitely don't want to get caught up with him.
Yeah. And so now we will take this brief 15-second pause to remind you. Never mind. I had an Amazon link ready, but I don't know where it went, so never mind.
Okay. We should probably remind them to go ahead and follow the runners right now.
There we go.
I'll put the link in chat there.
Look at you. Professional. So no, Doomtap, 3 Musketeers, got through that easily. Same with Fox. That one, a surprisingly tricky room there. Oh, and if you want to follow at least one of the commentators...
Ideally, both.
No, just go follow Rob. Go follow Rob. He's British, so anything he says makes it sound 100% more sultry. Doomtap gets a quick warp, no skulls, but he does get a fairy. A little bit of lag there. See, Techno's excited. And Fox is able to get in a little bit faster from that pole because he was able to nudge off against the wall there, so Link didn't roll back as far. And I mean, really, this is one of those dungeons where it's very formulaic, just execution. There's only really one part, I think, where you do have to be mindful, and that's Hellway, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a few instances of the enemies that can give you a little bit of RNG that gets in the way, but yeah, for the most part, Hellway is the only room where there should be substantial variance between attempts.
FaZe has a question in chat. Is it British or British?
British.
There you go.
You be the judge of how I pronounce that.
It has been spoken. It hasn't spoken, fam, so you figure that out. Now, like I said, this is the one here where both are coming up, actually. Let's see if both get the pixel. Fox does. Doomtap doesn't, but even Fox... No, go ahead.
I think Doomtap got bad RNG from the first star guy, so couldn't even attempt the pixel.
Yeah, he did, from what I briefly saw, and Fox had the pixel, but this is part of the problem with that, is you can even get the right pixel, but the stars, I think one of the Patrick stars above, got in the way anyway, so none of it mattered, unfortunately. So the quick menu here, go ahead and bomb the floor. Are they synced? No, they are synced.
More or less, yeah. I think Fox is like 3 frames ahead or something.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, so you can kind of see though the difference, because what they both did was that Doomtap took the slash up, whereas Fox didn't. And so that saved that, like what you're saying, that 2 or 3 frames.
Fox is actually taking a bit of a beating here as well. Needs to be a little bit careful. Shouldn't die, but it's definitely possible to.
Right, you gotta be careful because I believe all the horse heads do too.
Yep, they sure do.
Yeah, they do too. Of course, everything else does 1. So he does have to be careful as you go through here. Now, of course, some may not realize that you do actually need to stop yourself if you're going to dash in between the locks. You need to stop yourself before touching the lock, otherwise Link will bonk.
Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, with some weird mechanics in this game, for reasons I don't really understand, we cannot key dash through those cells.
No. But when we can, game changer. Okay, so at this point, as you mentioned earlier, Fox is in a bit of a dangerous territory, though this is usually, I think I don't know if some do, some consider this more of one of the easier boss fights, insert meme about it being scripted. But let's see how this goes.
Yeah, Fox should be fine here. Going with 3 hearts is like, you can afford to mess up the script at the end and get hit once and you're still alive, so it should be fine.
Correct. And so you do need to be a little careful, though, as mentioned, because the fireballs do 1 heart of damage, whereas touching either the heads or blind himself does actually do 2 hearts. So that's where you got to be a little careful. But both followed the script fine. Both had a good fight. And both, yeah, there we go. A little bit of different with the crystal catch, though, but it's all right. I mean, Tam, is it pretty bad or is it pretty good? Oh, I should probably get this in chat just so we're ready for it later. There you go.
Important trick in the game.
Yeah, it's more of a reminder for me to make sure to call it out when it happens. Okay, so now before heading off, so the next place you'd go to Skull Woods, which is actually technically to the north. However, we have to... Oh, okay. Well, that's not good for Fox. Unfortunately, Mistimed it a bit, so he took a heart of damage from the bomb as he was blowing a hole. But we need to now take a bit of a detour here to go get ourselves a fancy new sword.
Yep, a big part of the reason we do the dungeons in the order that we do is to get this sword as soon as possible.
Yes, and while technically, well, I mean, we do have a different category for this. You can, in fact, beat all the other bosses with just the Master Sword. It is markedly faster to take the time to go save the Breadsmith, get yourself the Tempered, and then finish out the game.
Yeah, and it's kind of a testament to how powerful the Tempered Sword is that works. Because if you look at the, well, we can see the run of splits right now on the split timer. We're already over a minute into the Skullwood split here. It's going to take us a little while longer yet to get the sword, and it's still worth the time.
Yeah, I feel like if nothing else, it really is just the it's just the Ganon fight alone. Doomtap was able to yell. Fox not yell as much. So, okay, so now here we go. We're now going to see if the runs get invalidated or not. Doomtap's usually pretty good with this.
I saw Doomtap move down slightly there, so I have no idea what was up with that.
I did see that, yeah.
All right, Fox gets it, though.
Does get it, though. Okay, so we're 1 for 2. We now have to go to we have to talk to the judges later to see if Doomtap's run will be valid, regardless if he wins or not. But yeah, that was Commentator's Curse. He usually doesn't miss that fence dash. Good dash to Skullwoods. Fox had to adjust a little bit because of the positioning of that leftmost guard, so if he didn't move up, he would have gotten a spear in the face.
Right, Doomtap entering. I know a lot of people's picks for least favorite rooms in the game here, the Mummy Statue room, but gets a pretty good one here.
Yeah, Fox though decided to have a little bit of a party there, but even Doomtap though didn't really get the best pattern either. Had to work a little bit around the one mummy.
Yeah, didn't get the stuck mummy. That's the absolute best pattern, where the left mummy just gets stuck on the rail for some reason.
Yeah, and even with Fox having a little bit of trouble there with the mummies, didn't get hung up on them, because yeah, you can get hung up, like what you're saying, that room's terrible, because you can get hung up on the mummies though really, really quickly. JD, Doomtap. Thank you, Rob. Or Tam. Tam also could have had more blue balls as well. So once again, so yeah, usually if you do all that optimally, you will be down 2 hearts going into the back. Fox is now down 5, so he's got to be a little more careful, especially. I mean, there shouldn't be anything. He's not going to have to tank any damage. There's no D boosting coming up, but in general, the Mothula fight can be a bit scary.
Yep, the energy beams and direct contact with Moth will do 2 hearts each, so got to be a bit careful. But if the fight goes well, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, Doomtap unfortunately took a bit of a hit from the Fire Snake. This is also one of these rooms that, when you first learn it, can be very, very tricky. The Mummy Hellway there.
Yeah, for sure. But the safer strat is actually not too bad. Like, both runners went for a slightly harder version there that always looks terrifying to me.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Unfortunately, Doomtap tried to take that turned a little too quickly, so he managed to kiss the spike. But now, here we go. All right. 4 slashes, and that's it, and she's done. Fox gets the poke. So he managed to finish the fight safely for the most part.
Yep, no damage on either side there, so nice and comfy. Only 1 spike moved for Fox there, so pretty fast.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and so it's always, and I know there's a way to kind of help, like, move Mothula, like, move her around, because you can't, the spikes don't do damage. So if you were to slash her into the spikes nullify it. So, but either way, they managed to handle it well. And yeah, so that was good. So no real worries there. So coming up next for the Ice Palace split, there's a lot A lot of running around. A lot of running around before we can actually jump into Ice Palace. And also, this was the reason, too, if you notice how both runners, we both kind of didn't make a mention of it, that you had to go into the brewery, hence, the one house with the bomb, and then go into Sea House to grab those 2 300 rupee chests.
Yep, we need them to pay for these clippers coming up. Fox actually has 600 rupees here, which is the optimal amount for lag reduction in the late game.
Doomtap gets himself a quick warp, as does Fox. Neat little thing here is that you don't actually have to wait for the transition to finish. You can throw the rock a little bit early. You can save some time there. As you can see, also between Doomtap and Fox, they took two different approaches to that one room there.
Yep, Fox going for the what we call the Louis Dash, the slightly safer strat that can't get you hit by the roper.
Right, whereas there is a bit of a gamble the way that Doomtap did it, where you can in fact get clipped. Oh, Fox with the I didn't see Doomtap do it, but it looks like Fox.
Yeah, I think Doomtap did do it, but with a slightly different setup to what I'm used to looking at.
Okay, that's probably why I couldn't tell. But yeah, Fox got himself the old quick fish, and now. So the quick fish, really quickly, it essentially allows you to, while it looks like you don't get the rock into the circle, you actually do get it into the circle, because even though they're circles, everything in here is a square. As I always say, probably one of, if not the hardest room to try to do optimally. Doomtap taking a bit of a risk there, managed to get past the fireball, though.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about Zora's Domain. It's, it's quite a long screen at the best of times anyway, but yeah, with all the dashes, because we're moving through water, you want to do as much dashing and maximize your dashes as much as you can, and it's just quite hard to do that precisely.
Right, because for those of you who may not be familiar, pre-finger webs, should you fall into the dark blue, you just dunk in, and you have that whole animation you have to deal with, and it's just a real bother. Whereas you try to avoid that as much as possible. Let's see here. How? Okay. No problems for Doomtap. Fox having some issues.
Didn't get hit though.
Nope, that's what matters.
All right. Well, that is in fact my pick for the worst screen in the game. The tiny warp there. Not a fan.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Because it really is a precise place, but like what you're saying though, really not getting hit is a big thing, if nothing else, for this room that Fox is currently in. Having beams is generally more advantageous. Rob, do you want to inform Linko there of the bad news regarding Icebreaker?
Yeah, so unfortunately, Icebreaker is a major glitch.
Yeah. So unfortunately, no Icebreaker. Hence, also why they didn't go into Mire first. Correct, Techno. Shock Pikachu face. Doomtap. Pretty good so far, so now let's see how this room goes. Yep, you take the damage, so you can just get a straight line run. Well, ran a little too far there.
Yeah, sometimes when you're dashing along there and the floor's moving in the same direction, you can get a bit carried away.
Yep. Now this right here is probably, I'd say, the biggest trick that we do in terms of time. Now, for those of you who may remember, if you ever tried to do this casually, Ice Palace is terrible. Just because you essentially have to take 2 laps. However, by doing that bomb jump, it saves you all that extra time. All right, both get the... Doomtap having a little bit of trouble. He got through, though.
See if Fox goes for the stair clip.
He's going in, and looks like he got it.
Gets the left clip, which is a little suboptimal, but still probably saves a little bit of time, but you take a heart of damage for your trouble.
Yeah.
Some invisible spikes there or something. I don't understand that either.
Yep, there
Thing
is a
is weird.
spike. There is an alleged spike there that we don't know about. But both got through. Both down 3 hearts. And so now, again, been going to be a little careful. Now, Cold Stare, surprisingly, is actually kind of also somewhat scripted if done properly. I guess all of them are if I really want to get into it there. Okay, and there we go.
Nicely done, and looks like Fox's fight's going well too. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but especially, well, at least for me personally, when I was first learning this fight, definitely very scary because you have the ice blocks that do, the one. Is it 1 or 2? Why do I not remember this anymore?
The two hearts for the falling ice.
Okay, 2 hearts, which isn't that bad, but then Cold Stare does a full 4, which is awful.
Yeah, it's part of a consequence of doing the ice pass, bomb jump, and sequence breaking half the dungeon. The dungeon item in this dungeon is the blue mail, so the game expects you to have more defense than you do going in.
Right, and so that's, again, why we say that in Dark World everything just hits harder. Tam, that's just a good statement. That's just a good statement right there. If you get good RNG, every fight is scripted. There we go. Someone needs to quote that. Quote of the night by Tam, thank you. So now Doomtap has the lead once again. I believe they both do the same shopping.
I think so too. I think we're going to see them both get ether right now. I believe
so. Okay, and away we go. So yeah, both are at Death Mountain. And so yeah, this is where the shopping, or what we call shopping, could vary a little bit, in that most will come and grab the ether now, and then proceed to go to Swamp. Oh, Doomtap, a little bit of a problem there mirroring. Whereas some will also take the time to maybe get Ice Rod at this point too. Doomtap gets a quick warp. And Fox unfortunately does not. A bit of a bad quick hop there.
Yeah, it was quick, but it was sideways.
Yeah. Yep, free flute dash. Okay, yeah. Doomtap will grab the ice rod later.
Yeah, I think that's true of them both. I don't think we're on long swamp here.
Yeah. I always forget, so I always like to kind of call it out. But no, so at least we don't have to worry about, looking at asynchronous races until the Total Rock split, so now we can actually still compare them.
Yep, makes our job a lot easier.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Now Doomtap looks to be good for the quick warp. Yep. And so I forget how much time it saves, but the quick warp, whenever we do these warps, you notice they may slightly position, as Fox gets it too, they may slightly position themselves a little bit just to make sure that they can, where the transition is quicker. We call that a quick warp.
Right, thank you, Help Us All King. 34 frames.
There you go. That's a number. Both get it. Yeah, so saves, about half a second. And also, as you can see there, one of the other tricks that we use is the fact that the mirror didn't work in that particular area. And so if you were to use the mirror at the same time you're pushing a block, you make the block disappear, which is always nice.
Yep, don't try and do it in a dungeon, though.
Oh, no, that's a bad idea.
I mean, the block will probably disappear.
Right.
But unfortunately, you'll be back at the entrance to not take advantage of it.
Correct, yeah. You'll make it disappear, but you'll never see it, and you'll have to do the whole thing over again. So this dungeon here definitely is one of the longer ones. If someone who's... Oh, Fox having a little bit of trouble in the main hub there. What does cause that? Is anyone... What's the technical reason?
Yeah, I'm really not sure. Fox probably knows.
Probably. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure someone actually knows the answer to that. I don't know what it is. Where it's just, you know, I always chalk it up to a programming glitch. Now with this in general though, this dungeon is, I think, not as dangerous. It's actually fairly safe in terms of or there be tricks or even damage. What makes it difficult is that it's long. So I believe it's the longest one in the game. And while everything doesn't hurt as much as stuff did in Ice Palace, there's so much of it that it can, like pick away at you as you go along. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, exactly. Swamp is probably the dungeon in the game that we're least likely to die in, but it's just incredibly easy to, lose half a second on every single screen and have that add up.
Right, and then and unfortunately, like with what Fox happened earlier, is sometimes once one enemy kind of hits you, it can mess up your rhythm. One thing leads to another, and then next thing you know, you're down 5-6 hearts all of a sudden. Nice hammer dash. Oh, welcome! I didn't know that. I didn't realize that the block doesn't actually disappear, but rather it just goes elsewhere. Huh? TIL.
It's interesting. I wonder if that's also how Blockbuster is working then. The relatively recent discovery of Blockbuster, another major glitch.
Oh, no idea. For me, that's very much a TAM and checks kind of question. And so you may notice what Doomtap did there, as you'll see what Fox is going to do now, is after getting the hook shot, you make that downright diagonal, and it's actually important to do that because by doing that, you line yourself up just perfectly to be able to hook shot to get that key. Because otherwise, if you're off by a pixel or whatever, you won't actually be able to do it. You'll bonk the railing. And as Doomtap has already done, as Fox is doing now, you actually do a hook dash, where you dash and use the hook shot at the same time in order to get through to be able to pull that statue. Or be able to pick up the pot without having to go around the statue.
Looks like we've got good enough resources here not to bother. Yeah, no restock room trip for Doomtap. I wonder if Fox will pick up a bomb or not. Nope. Walk straight on through and alright, how many zero cycles are we going to get today? Here's Doomtap's attempt. Ooh, no, it gets caught up a little bit. That's going to be too slow. Yeah. See if Fox can get it and even the race up a little bit. Ooh, that was so close, but just missed that last one. To wait for the empty cycle now. Alright, good fire rod quick kills from both, though. Thank you, Fox, for posting the explanation of mirror block erasing. Alright, both runners out of Swamp Palace without too much trouble. We now have to sit through the longest post-dungeon cutscene in the game. I think it's close to 35 seconds of mashing alone. But yeah, this race is still pretty close. They're both in the same cutscene at least. And we'll see the exact difference here on Sword Up.
So 27 for Doomtap.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about 10 seconds here, a little under.
34, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so now at this point, since both, and so they went shopping earlier because it was a bit of a safety strat, obviously, but so here you needed to get Ether, or we took the time to get Ether, so we can just go directly to Meyer.
Yeah, we have to get Ether sometime before Maya, and the reason we do it in Swamp is because it's more like we risk taking damage on Death Mountain, and it's better to take the damage in Swamp than it is in Maya if we want to go into Maya with full health.
Yeah, you definitely want to go into Meyer, mainly for the second room going into Meyer, and then this is also the last time we have to deal with the Murder Dactyl. So this one here. So yeah. So the reason you want to have it from Meyer 2 is that you
Let's
really
toss from
need...
FoxLisk.
Oh, very nice.
Has this man no shame?
Just, he's out of control. He's out of control. He has to be stopped. But you see with Fox, though, with what he's doing, you kind of need beams to maneuver quickly around that room, because what you're trying to go for is the zero cycle, where you can get all the Wizrobes before they all disappear. So you don't have to waste time waiting for them to come back on the screen.
I mean, you can get the zero cycle with just the fire up. It's a bit more convenient with beams. And also, we just want to have full health coming into Maya anyway, because it's a dangerous split. We're going to take a lot of deliberate damage towards the end of it, and we don't want to die.
Right, and then also, too, to your point, aside from being able to do it with Fire Rod, the problem, too, though, is that you have to manage your Fire Rod shots. Well, I guess... No, never mind. Doomtap's about to prove me why I was wrong.
Yeah, we get a full magic refill here. You have to manage them. You have to manage your magic pretty badly to to run out.
Right. I guess I'm thinking of after you get the big keys, where you have to start managing it carefully. And now we wait. Oh, getting into torch times. 104.32 for Doomtap. 104.38 for Fox.
Right. So Fox has gained the second since the end of Swamp.
There you go. Okay, so now this is what I was saying before. Now you have to kind of be careful with your magic. Now, to be fair, they shouldn't be needing to use it until you get to the basement. But who knows? You can. How many times have we accidentally pressed Y?
Yeah, exactly. We have exactly enough magic to lay the Sonari block we need, and then fire our 3 fire rod shots for Spooky.
Oh, Spark Gamble for Doomtap.
Yep, decent boost.
Yep, and Fox also has a chance.
Goes for the menu there. Not too bad either.
Not too bad, yeah. And of course, a neat little thing there, as Doomtap showed, and hopefully Fox will show as well, is that when you hookshot, you don't actually need to be flush on the block. You can... Oh, little bonk there, unfortunately. But you can actually just grab a corner of it. Or grab a pixel of it and you'll be good to go. Alright, so now, of course, you take the damage boost here to get that small key. So this is what Rob was saying earlier, where now you're just going to start, at certain points, just, eating damage. And so you want to be kind of careful. Really now, I guess it's going to be just the boss fight.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
Most of that happen.
Take a heart doing Spark Gamble if you want to do that strat, and then 3 hearts for the spike key, and then, yeah, we dip into the acid and Vitreous several times to get a fast kill.
Yep, it looks like both have set up for Spooky. Yep, yes, correct for Doomtap. And let's see for Fox if it's the same. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have seen this trick before, but essentially by shooting the fire rod in those specific locations, it allows you to hit the switch that's further up, so it saves you the time from having to worry about going up or going to another room or whatever. So Doomtap here illustrating, as Fox will as well, why you need so many hearts going in. Oh wow, he actually got them all. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Is that all the eyeballs do 4. All the eyeballs do 4 hearts of damage, and so it hurts a lot. However, the acid only does 1. And so you just tank it, and then you can just go in that cute little dance that you saw both Doom and Fox do. And, minimal damage, you get rid of all the eyes, and both got the 0 cycle, because there was supposed to be, if you don't do it fast enough, there's lightning, which of course takes time, but they managed to do that. Get 8 arrows into the eyeball, and then done.
Yep, that fight is definitely not as easy as they made it look.
No, absolutely not. But, okay. But yeah, like you said, made it look easy. No problems there. So, because of the shopping, or not getting everything earlier, both of them will have to make one side trip before they make their way formally to Turtle Rock. And that is, of course, to get probably the most useless item in the game, as it is only used once. And if done right, you only use 2 shots. Yeah,
we might only see 1 shot if one of them wants to go for the double poke.
Oh, that's also true too. That's right. There's the double poke strat now. So, or maybe you've always been there. I didn't know it was possible.
Yeah, I think I only heard about it a few months ago.
Okay. And so, yep, gotta grab yourself an ice rod. Unfortunately, this serves no other purpose. It's almost as useless as the chomps. But we'll get to chomps later. We'll get to my favorite thing in this game later. So, I mean, Death Mountain's Death Mountain. Just have to watch out for dead rocks, watch out for cabbages, try not to get hit, if possible.
Yep. Ooh, no Waffle House from Doomtap there. What about Fox?
Let's see.
We are not driving through.
No Waffle House. Shame. But at least for both men so far, well, commentators cursing coming, but for both men so far, no damage, which is, always a plus. Well, so far we'll see, because there's still quite a bit of things that can hit you prior to entering Turtle Rock. Dead rocks behave. Dead rocks behave. Oh, Fox had to stop himself there because he was going to bonk into the other dead rock. So probably a good call on his part. Fox not worrying about any of that either.
But yeah, it looks like they are both going to be entering TR on full health. That's I don't know if I've ever seen that in a race before with both runners on full health.
Yeah, it's a rare occurrence. It's a very rare occurrence, actually. So, I mean, good on them. I mean, it just shows, well, the skill, but also, obviously a little bit of luck as well, because the patterns are at least very random to my knowledge. Okay, well, Turtle Rock is a doozy. There's a lot to do. It always feels like there's a lot to do in here.
Yeah, for sure. I always think of Turtle Rock as like the beginning of the kind of end game gauntlet of pretty tough splits. Turtle Rock followed by Ganon's Tower, and then the final boss himself. Right.
Now, of course, for Doomtap showing, as FoxLisk is going to show, you actually do that backwards as intended. And I go in the roller room here, using the iframes with the hook shot. If you time it just right, you should only have to, as soon as you get hit, start your dash and dash through, as Doomtap has shown. Fox is going to have to take a couple of extra steps. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, he was able to time it well. I just always think you have to take a couple of steps where the roller was there. But
yeah, it was quite borderline. I think I would have taken the steps anyway, just to be safe.
Yeah. All right, Pokey Zero. He got himself the fair. Oh, right. So you want to hold on. I love chomps. I think they're the most important item in this game, or the most important person or thing in this game. As you can see, the factors that allows them to be such an asset to this game. Anyway, explain the fairy.
So, way back in Aghanim's Tower, when we dash killed those guards so that the nothing would drop from that prize pack, that was to set up the fairy drop at some point during Turtle Rock. Doomtap obviously got it pretty early there, which helps a lot. You can do a faster strat in chomps. But Fox hasn't got his yet, but probably should too.
Yeah, so when you hit with the pokies, here, this is where usually you get good item drops. Well, Doomtap had to let his go. There's usually, of course, a fairy drop and a magic drop.
Yeah, and the pokies each have, they each can drop up to 3 items. Like, they have 3 separate drops, so you can usually get a lot of drops from them as well.
Yep. Hey, you skipped it to Rec.
Oh, yeah, Requiem is talking about the magic after Roller Room, which nobody apart from Rec grabs.
Ah, okay, very good. Wow, Twin. All right. Twin just calling him out. Had a little bit of trouble there with Pokies too. It looks like for Doomtap. Fox unfortunately has to let go of the fairy, but did stay around to get the magic. Now, also, as you'll see with both runners here, the difference with beams versus not having beams in Crystal Roller Room. So Doomtap, just 3 swipes. Whereas for Fox, place the block. Then you have to hit the other one, get the key, detonate it in time, and didn't get through, unfortunately.
Yeah, not quite fast enough to squeeze past the roller. Fox's health is still in a pretty good shape, even though he didn't get the fairy. Should be fine to get through alive here.
Yeah, so you will, if done correctly, you will tank at least 1 heart of damage right here, as shown by Fox, as Doomtap showed earlier. And now, probably one of the scarier things, another scary trick for new runners is laser skip. Because what a lot of people don't realize that even though that laser looks really intimidating, it looks enormous. It's only the tip, just the tip. Oh, very nice by Doomtap getting the Samaria. I don't know what it's called, but being able to get the Samaria, as is Fox. Now I wonder if Doomtap will go for it. Let's see. No. So you saw from Doomtap, and as soon as you'll see him with Fox, this is literally the only reason you have the ice rod, is to get rid of one.
Oh, missed it.
Unfortunately, missed it a little bit, so now, sadly, the fight does kind of go haywire. A little bit.
Yeah, decent cleanup there.
Yeah, good cleanup. That's going to be a 2 cycle for the head.
The ice is going to make this little bit annoying as well here.
Yeah, ice physics.
Yeah, just a single spin, not a double spin.
Yeah, but, not too bad. Not too bad. Managed to get through. All right, well, now we're going into GT. So, of course, I don't know what there is to say about GT. It's it's very tricky. The beginning of it, I think, is okay. It's like once you get the big key and you have to start going up GT, it's where it can get very bothersome.
Yeah, for sure. Like GT is just it's a good culmination of the things we've learned over the course of the game. You got to put all your skills to the test in the final dungeon.
Right. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It being a, final dungeon, like you said. And so Fox, unfortunately, about 19 seconds behind, if I was reading the splits correctly. But
all right, so it's a pretty substantial lead, but yeah, absolutely, that can definitely still be turned around. There's, as you mentioned, a lot of tough rooms, especially in the climb. So we'll see. Yeah.
Now, of course, for you rando folks, we never touch right side. It's always go left. I'm assuming both are going to skip the torch key.
Yeah, I would presume so.
Yeah. And yeah, a lot of it really is just a lot of just concise hook shots, really. And some fancy booming, as you'll see here with both Doomtap and Fox.
Yeah, I didn't actually spot if Doomtap went for spike skip or not. See if Fox goes for it here. And gets it.
Ah, very nice. Unfortunately, that Stalfos decided to get in the way, but... And so far, yeah, both are looking pretty good. Being able to get through everything, and of course, what's always nice about the hook shot is, of course, it allows easy, free iframes. Now, you saw Doomtap there actually drop one of his bombs. Ideally, you want to have only one bomb going into the floor or the room before Armos. It helps with the menuing.
Doomtap going for the arrows here, even though he's already got plenty.
Right, and so by doing that, though, he opted to do that instead, so he can not worry about grabbing the arrows after Armos. Let's see how he does with Armos, though. 3 up, 2 left, 1 up, and then, as I always say, just time to spam. And Fox also gets him as well. And so, yeah, it definitely saves the time, though, I guess. I don't know how much time it saves, but by getting those arrows, he doesn't have to worry about getting the arrows up above the big key. And now for Fox, 3 up, 2 left, 1 up, and then yeah, move up a little bit, start spamming, and he gets it. Unfortunately, he bonks. He got a little too excited, but he will also get himself a big key. Now this is where the rooms start to get tricky because, like, for example, as you see there with Doomtap, those mimics, swords don't actually hurt. The only thing that does any damage to them is the arrows. So.
Yep, and they obviously, as we call them, mimics. The clue is in the name there. They mimic your movements, and yeah, you've got to move kind of precisely. Ooh, Fox is going for the clip. Nice.
Oh, I missed that and did get it. Oh, very well. I don't know how much time that saves, though.
Yeah, I think it's not very much, but it's a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, every little bit counts. Oh, it looks like both, and Doomtap already did earlier. Fox doing the newer, the quicker strat that allows you to get through that part easier with the spikes and also not take damage. Meanwhile, Doomtap going through probably one of the, definitely the more difficult things in this game, the gauntlet, as we call it. Just several Mario Maker-esque rooms of just, for whatever reason, unnecessarily complicated with conveyors and ice and, I-beams and annoying enemies such as, the horse heads and the Stalfos. But Doomtap managed to get through it pretty well. Fox having Fox
a little bit of a rough G3.
Had a bit of a chase there. Let's see if we can try to make up a little bit with this. Doomtap though getting the 1 cycle in land mode 2.
I think that was a 2, wasn't it? I think he had to do one more spin on the last one, I think.
Oh, okay. I tried to just watch out of the corner of my eye. My bad. Now, once again, just kind of like we mentioned before, in Mire, you want to be kind of careful with your magic here. And Fox also with the 2 cycle because the worms weren't actually behaving properly for a 1 cycle.
Yeah, Fox just chose to abandon the first worm on cycle 1 to make sure he could get good hits on the others, which I think is a smart move.
Oh yeah, just because if you I think you're only allowed 1 missed fire rod shot, otherwise you got to get the magic pot in the room after.
Yeah.
And so, as kind of shown by both men here, the reason you need to be careful with your magic is you need the magic to use the Samaria to get whiz robes. A bit of a miss menu there by Fox. And then you need the magic to light the torches.
Yeah, Doomtap actually had a fire rod misfire here, so we'll not be skipping the magic, although he probably wouldn't be anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. Goes through, gets it. Yeah, probably for safety reasons, yep. Okay. So I've already heard earlier in the pre-race notes that Doomtap would only be going for would hover to save the run if he was on PB pace. And Fox has also said he will not. Oh no. So one little small, very large problem sometimes is that you can chuck the bomb a little too far, causing him not to be able to have the conveyor move it. So he had to go back in the other room to get himself a bomb.
Yep, he also picked himself up a mini Helmosaur key while he was in there, so gets to skip the chest key.
Yeah. Ooh, a triple by Doomtap. Very nice. So for this right here, couldn't get the 2 cycle because the real Aga said no. But yeah. Only 6 shots. The fake Agas will always shoot balls you can hit with, and the real Aga sometimes. But a good 3 cycle by Doomtap. Let's see how Fox does. Hopefully he'll get the same patterns here. That looked to be like a double. Nope, that was also a double. Potential 3 cycle, though, for Fox as well. And yes, he gets it. Very good.
Nicely
okay,
done.
So now, for this. Ooh, gets the quick position there. So now it's just a matter of, counting to 12. You need 12 slashes or pokes for both first and second phase. And then third phase, just, Way. That's pretty much it. The spins, though, do count for 2. And then if you are careful enough, you can get a double spin, count for 4.
So Doomtap got a couple of warps early on, but hasn't had any since. Hopefully I didn't curse it. Yeah, there we go.
Good there. Okay, so now here we go. Final phase. Ooh, gets a quick 2 right off the bat, even before the torch glitch. And what's really important here is to make sure that you get that torch glitch, where if you can hit it, and I don't know what the frame is, but if you can get it as the torch goes out, as you relight it, you'll never have to worry about the one on the right.
Yep, and that's definitely probably the last thing that needed to happen to make sure Doom can keep this lead and win the race. So should be able to see it out from here.
Should be, yeah. And so that's the problem.
Going for the cape spin, not quite getting it.
And it also, as Doomtap did kind of show there, you have to actually time when you do that spin, because if you don't, as shown, Ganon will turn blue, and unfortunately would not be able to, can actually do damage. Because you are supposed to have a silver arrows here at this point. Assuming Doomtap doesn't fall, he will finish, and he does finish with a time of, I believe, 1:24.29. We'll wait for the official ruling. 1:24.30, according to the robot. And as Fox now is just finishing up, he's not that far behind. A few more spins to go. GG's in chat for Doomtap, please. He is the winner.
Congratulations to Doomtap, our Dark World champion for the season.
Yeah, so he will receive the Dark World trophy. As Fox looks like he's just having a good time, just shooting fire rod shots for the lulz. But that will do it. Assuming that Fox doesn't fall, he will finish his as well. A respectable time, though. 1:25 is very, very good.
Yep, Fox is going to get the scruple cut here, which I'm sure is very important to him.
Oh, he did cut the scruple. GG's in chat for cutting the scruple. Congratulations. Congratulations. Official time, according to the robot, of a 1:25.18. Still, got the scruple cut, got a 1:25. Excellent. Correct. Scoop emote in chat. But no, that was actually, that was a good race. Good runs all the way around, honestly.
For sure, no colossal mistakes. Both of them got through it alive, and yeah, with the blue balls as well, it was pretty good runs.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as already mentioned, Doomtap is now our champion for the Dark World bracket. So he will make sure we will get him the complimentary prize. Assuming, I don't know how much though the fees are going to be, considering we'd have to ship it internationally. But hopefully, we can get him something nice. But yeah, as the credits are rolling here, we're going to take a peek and see if either one of them would be interested to answer our barrage of questioning. Maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, from the race room here, looks like they are both going to be joining us, but might be taking a bathroom break first.
They know. Acceptable. I'll allow it. And so yeah, let's say that was so I think for the I'm getting ahead of myself here. I don't know if has the Light World finished up, or are they still a few more to go?
It has not. The finals of the Light World are at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday between myself and Super Taylor.
Oh my god! And so, how are you feeling about that? We gotta get that interview in.
Yeah, I'm feeling quite good. I've been playing fairly well this season, so I'm hoping I can bring it home.
Okay, and then hopefully you're hoping to win, so we can go ahead and give you the also the complimentary. I don't know what we have, but again, probably with international shipping, it's probably not going to happen. But oh well, that's fine. Yeah, as always, make sure you follow the runners and at least one of the commentators, preferably the British one. Wait a minute, I heard a ding. Ding. FoxLisk. Look who it is. FoxLisk, GG's. Congratulations on the scruple cut.
Thank you. That's what's really important.
That really is what it is. Have you... did you manage to... Oh, and Doomtap is here as well. Doomtap, GG's.
Congratulations.
GG's.
Congratulations on winning the whole kit and caboodle. So you are our winner. So we'll send you the crown at some point.
It's a crown now. I thought it was just a trophy.
It's whatever my imagination wills it to be.
A glass slipper.
That's next season. We got to see if it's in the budget. So Fox, of course, were you watching the race?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure once you saw that Doomtap managed to get double the amount of balls, that probably felt like you had a better chance, I assume.
I mean, not really.
There's the confidence. Like, very good. Excellent.
I mean, he is still a minute faster than me, and most of that time save is in the Dark World. But, it was fun. It was really even. I couldn't, watch it closely, but I wasn't playing that well in the mid-game, and I guess Doomtap wasn't either, because it stayed really close.
Everything was it was fine, but nothing was particularly good. I didn't save time in mini splits, and when I did, I didn't save very much.
Right. At least in my opinion, the only thing that really stuck out to me was definitely Doomtap's the Landmo fight.
Yeah, that was a confidence booster. I was pretty. There's a lot of race nerves, and that kind of calmed me down a little bit.
Right. I mean, considering at least from what I see here that you're only 0.2 from your gold, so I mean, yeah, that definitely had to have been a boost. But yeah, Rob, do you have any questions?
I think you've covered the key points of the race there. I don't know if anything else sticks in the runners' minds.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with Fox. Is there anything that stuck out to you?
Well, I mean, I expected to lose a bunch of time in the end game, but I wish it had been different. That's a dumb. I lost 10 seconds on Try Next just because I was 1 pixel away from where I thought I was, and then I don't really understand what happened at G4. I must have been higher than I thought or something, but I got laser boosted my ass was halfway through the spike somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's never happened before, so I don't know what that was about.
Oh yes, of course.
And then missing the bombable wall, I don't know, just a bunch of really dumb mistakes. It's more fun, I think, when it's both players playing normally and you get to see somebody really clutch it out, but I just kind of made a couple weird huge mistakes on GT and kind of killed it.
Right. Okay. And then actually, Doomtap, I did want to ask you though, were you thinking for the Trinex, were you thinking of going for the double poke, or were you going to commit to safer strats?
No, I've been doing what Fox did in the race, so I declined to go for it for that specific reason. I just miss it, and then everything goes to shit. It's and then you're dashing on the ice, not in the good way, not the Christmas way, but the go screw yourself way.
Right, of course, as you would. Okay, then yeah, I think so. Yeah, and actually, Doomtap. Aside from that, was there anything that you? As I just wanted to ask that, was there anything that you wish to add that stuck out to you during the race?
See you in season 3. No, nothing particular. Just I don't know. No, I guess no.
Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, like I said, there wasn't
perfectly average race for me.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, there wasn't anything that we saw that was anything too disastrous or something that was real crazy.
I did go the wrong way in pod. That was fun. I was so hyper focused on the hammer jump, I just didn't want to get the big key.
You did. That's right. You did, in fact, take a bit of a detour where you weren't supposed to. This is true.
I only lost 5 seconds, so it wasn't that bad.
Right.
It just wasn't that good.
All the way, I guess. Yeah.
No, I realized my mistake.
Yeah, you managed to only lose 5. Yeah, you managed to double back and just eat a bunch of damage though. Took all the hearts of damage, but did manage to recover fairly well. So yes, that is true. It was nice during there at a point you guys were actually in sync, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, we were really close through nearly in the entire Dark World, basically until Trinex.
Pretty much, yeah.
Within
absolutely.
5 to 10 seconds and some lead changes.
I had a really fun time going for a nice long swim on Tiny Warp Dick.
I didn't get to see it, but I saw you typed some messages.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is also true too.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. He decided to take a couple laps around the whirlpool as we often do. Didn't get hit though. Didn't get hit, which is always a pleasant surprise whenever that happens.
He's looking for secrets.
I mean, probably trying to look how to clip into a rock or something. Getting ready for that no logic race. So yeah, it has been confirmed that Doomtap will be back to defend his crown, glass slipper, pumpkin, lobster in season 3. And yeah, I think that is it. So Fox, I'll start with you. Is there anything that you wish to say to send us out?
No, just thanks to Buddha and Rob for coming, and thanks to ZSR for putting this on, and I guess happy Thanksgiving or whatever. GG's.
Okay, and then Doomtap.
No, just thank you for the comms. I know the restream is kind of short notice where it's Thanksgiving in the US and all that stuff.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you, Doomtap. We appreciate you stopping by as well. And yes, Doomtap, don't forget to show bottles, please. Since you're show bottles. Now you're just trying to clip in the walls. Nope, that's not going to work out. You didn't delete Ganon properly. All right. And on that note, that'll be it. So thank you so much for Rob for being with me here. And I will send it back up to our host.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I put everyone's links in the chat, so please follow our runners, Doomtap and FoxLisk. Thank you to our commentators, and please follow them, Misanthropic Buddha and Rob J. Beasley. Coming up on ZSR this weekend, we have a few special events. At 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, we have a Twilight Princess 100% community race. At 3:01 p.m. Saturday on Eastern Time, we have the final race of the Light World ALttP NMG League season between PH112358 and Matcap. And at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday Eastern Time, we have a Link Between Worlds 9-year anniversary community race. So a couple hype things on the schedule for the weekend. With that, we're going to go and sign off here. I hope you all enjoyed the race, everybody, and enjoy your holiday weekend. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!